Left is having a collective mental breakdown.
I just want to be clear. This is the party that says that, they care so much about life until life actually shows up at their front door. And this is also the party that supposedly is about Christianity. And I just imagine what they would have done to a little baby Jesus. But that's a whole other issue. If that's the case, let's talk about the white supremacists and how many of them need to be kicked out of this country, because I can guarantee you I can track down more crimes that they've committed, because overall it have a lower crime committal rate than white supremacists. But we don't want to talk about that in this country.
She is so... The fact she represents the Democratic Party is so embarrassing for them. Her facts aren't even correct. White supremacy accounts for about less than 0.08% of crime that happens in the country. I assume the point that she's trying to make is that are incarcerated at a lower rate than Americans, but Americans, not white people. And why is she so quick to point the finger? The highest rates of incarceration, of crimes, Black people. But she's not ready for that conversation. And I don't know why it's so hard for her to understand that if somebody comes into the country illegally and commits a crime against an American citizen, the American citizen should be prioritized, and that crime was preventable. So we are just trying to stay safe and prevent crime from happening if it doesn't need to happen. Making it about race is so racist. She's so racist.
Take a look at what this guy put out. MS now give Jasmine Crockett multiple opportunities to walk back her comment, claiming Lee Zeldin took donations from Jeffrey. Even in the final moment, they give her one more opportunity to be a decent person, but she refuses. That should tell you a lot about this lady. It's insane. I thought by now she would be able to put out a public apology for lying about these Republicans. She is even dreaming to run in Texas because she look at some crazy polls, believe she can win. I think this will actually be a good news for Trump, because in the days ahead, Jasmine Crockett will announce she's running in Texas. When I look at what this lady has put out within the space of 1 year, it should tell you a lot. Always saying some ridiculous things. It's either she's attacking Trump, this, that, race baiting. That is all Jasmine can offer. So when I see her coming out to say this,
Congresswoman, it wouldn't be a conversation with us if I didn't quickly put you on the spot on something. You made a little bit of news last week when you mistakenly accused Lee Zeldin and another Republican
I didn't
accepting money from Jeffrey, but it was a different Jeffrey at financial records. Do you want to? I don't want to give you the opportunity to amend that. And
I have no amendments. When I was on the floor, for those that don't know how it works, basically they decided to bring this privilege motion up. And they decided that they wanted to kick Stacey off of her committees because Stacey had received... Stacey Plaskett, because she had received a donation from Jeffrey. I had maybe 20 minutes. We researched the FEC, and because I like to speak with specificity, that's kind of what comes with being an attorney, I made clear that there was a Jeffrey knew on the other side that I did not have time to actually pull up and actually research, especially since... that particular one that Lee Zeldin got up in or uproar about was specifically out of the New York area. We know that he was out of that area. So, and this obviously was not done.
You were trying to insinuate that it was the...
Oh, I absolutely was insinuating that it could be possible. That is true. But the point is, I never said that it was that specific one because I did not have the adequate time to do it. Candidates as well.
If you have been following this channel very keenly, you realize days ago I put out a video about this lady. She lied about Republicans. For her to backtrack that statement, she's still unable to do that. Some say she is doing all this because she knows she can't be sued. Nothing will happen to her. Reason you see her spewing lies like this everywhere on social media. I watch her, CNN interview her. They had to trigger her to respond to these particular allegations that she came out that some Republicans received money from Jeffrey. Every Everybody came with proofs. Like, you said I received money. There's somebody's name, Jeffrey. This is the person pointed out. Everybody realized she's a liar. Her taking that decision that she want to run is something that I would really want to see. Yeah, it will be an easy win because there is just so many.
I just want to be clear. If this is the standard that we're going to make, just know we're going to expose it all. And just know that the FEC filings, they are available for everybody to review.
Well, so the reason why Jasmine Crockett would go to the floor in the first place and be lying is because she's done it a lot in the past and they get away with it. So the thought is you take the cheap shot. There's not going to be any pushback, and it's a free hit on the right to change the narrative. The problem is that you better come at us with facts and truth, or you're going to end up regretting it. In this case, they say there's no picture of the donor, Jeffrey. Well, that's true on FEC.gov, but what it does say for occupation is that this person was a physician. What it does say is the date of the donation, and date of donation was after that other Jeffrey. Now, why would Jasmine Crockett go on CNN and what happened last night? Well, that's just about doubling down on stupid. That was a word salad that makes, Kamala Harris sound like William Shakespeare. What happened on that CNN appearance was just an embarrassment in trying to clean up something where everybody knows common sense is that you're just supposed to own up to it. You made a mistake. You got called out for it. She didn't expect to get called out for it. But again, if you're coming at us, you better come at us with truth and facts because we're going to push back.
That Congresswoman is just a liar. What she said, someone named Jeff. That's exactly what McCarthy used to do. Someone named John Smith. They didn't care if it was the right person. She's a disgrace to Congress and should be obviously sanctioned for accusing somebody named Jeffrey, prominent doctor in Long Island. It's a very common name.
Yeah, sometimes it is good to shut up. Ghetto Democrat Jasmine is making a lot of noise. At a certain point, I watched her 1 week ago, ranting everywhere on social media. I thought the things she was putting out were the truth. But after some time, it all came out she was lying. Then the same person, she was accusing people of collecting money. It came out the same person donated money to her campaign. Now, she was struggling to clarify all that. That should tell you a lot about these people. Something more concerning about this lady.
Are going through a similar system right now.
There was a back and forth this week after you accused former Republican Congressman, now EPA Administrator Lee Zeldin, of accepting campaign donations from Jeff. New York Post said he is threatening revenge against you. He's going to donate to your campaign, so you have to admit you accepted money from a Jeffrey. What's your response to that?
Listen, if there's anybody else who's alive and decides that they want to donate just so that you'll be on my FEC report, I am here for it. I will take your donation, especially since Jeff is now deceased. I don't think that it will be confusing whatsoever that it was not him, unless he's come back from the dead. So we'll see.
So you are, we're told, weighing a decision on whether to jump into this Texas Senate race, challenging Republican Senator John Cornyn for his seat, although it's unclear that Cornyn will survive a Republican primary. You said you had a meeting this week with pollsters to discuss your chances. Did you have that meeting? And if so, how did it go? Are you still thinking about running?
I am still thinking about running. We did get our polling back. So we are moving on to the next phase to determine whether or not this is would make sense in the moment and if the infrastructure can be built out in the way that I see it being necessary to actually be able to win, as well as we are continuing to look at the polling on the other side. Listen.
This was all her response. I don't want to even go into all that. What I'm more concerned is the fact that she says she wants to run for this. And we all know she can't win. She has proven over and over that she can't be trusted. Yeah, you can't be putting out things like this in public, knowing fully well that what you are putting out is not verified, it's not the truth. Then this is all she can say about that. That's insane, right? Sometimes when I look at this lady, I usually wonder if, you can be popular if you're doing the right thing. Seeking popularity by doing all this is uncalled for. I want to appreciate people supporting me, sharing out the videos. As of the short clips, that is for the Y2 algorithm. I'm going to end here.
Texas want an alternative. Look, back in the summer, John Cornyn was polling in the high 30s-ish. He has dropped 12 points since then.
Over 40, he beat Hillary by 41 points.
Right.
This ain't got nothing to do with color. This ain't got nothing to do with color. It's either God's side or Satan's side.
Politic. Even getting off.
If the Democrats...
Because how many times somebody asks?
4.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States. If you want to serve in the American...
Give interviews, I don't do that.
J.D. Vance should be the next president of the United States.
Happening at the moment.
Yeah.
President Obama is blatant censorship.
Because he says he has a team of fact checkers.
The FCC want them to stop fooling around with my right to say what I feel.
Americans, it's a part of who we are.
Because that is really something that didn't happen before. Does anybody else watch The View? Because I think there's...
I'm going to say one.
Look, there are certain rules of free speech that we must all like to have a television show.
To spreading lies.
Somebody to get up there, not
Said that he doesn't...
Dave Chappelle.
Without of interest.
I mentioned last night Trump was bragging about surprised to see Darth Renner.
Between now...
60 minutes for editing.
RCC. Lee Zeldin didn't stand Trump, hated him, and didn't trust